Eve, because it is so close to the ancient Celtic celebration of Samhain. Many historians think the two are linked. Samhain marks the end of summer and the beginning of winter. It's a time when the Celts believed the dead could walk among the living. Spooky stuff, isn't it? The Halloween lanterns, or jack-o'-lanterns, also have a Celtic origin. Legend has it that they are named after a man called, well, you guessed it, Jack. Too sinful to go to heaven and striking a deal not to go to hell, he was forced to roam the earth forever with a coal from the underworld to light his lantern. Well, Halloween outfits have evolved from the old bedsheet with the eyes you cut out. You can now use your smartphone to add some gore. Of course you can. This app plays a beating heart or wriggling intestines. Play it under a bloody T-shirt and you can give someone quite a fright. Well, it seems no matter your age, Halloween is an excuse for one thing. It's for dressing up, isn't it? For some, it's about gore, scaring your friends as a ghoulish zombie. Others choose a bit of fantasy, morphing into Superman or maybe Tinkerbell. Some say our costume choices reflect a side of ourselves. Our psychologist tonight is Laura Oates. She is with us to discuss that very question. Do they?
Well, I think it's entirely possible. I think Halloween often touches on subjects such as sex and death. We've got one person here who kind of subjects who has both.
Yes.
A short skirt and a lightsaber.
Well, that's right. Come on in. We've got some victims for you tonight, part of the CTW. They don't speak, by the way. They just get on with their jobs. We don't speak to them. So, yes, you say a lightsaber, a shortish skirt. We might want to go down just a little bit, don't you? Little, yeah, OK. So you're suggesting...
Well, if you go back to Freud, he talked about the death instinct and the sex instinct as being the two things that we really had to keep under wraps. And that if we did too much of that, they would pop up somewhere else. So...
Pop off, please, and on with our next victim. Beautifully dressed this evening. What do you think?
Beautifully dressed. Well, obviously, either frightened herself or to frighten other people. So, again, a very aggressive piece of symbolism. You mentioned the word, you want to give your friends a fright. Why would you want to give your friends a fright? Maybe it's about having that adrenaline rush without anything really bad happening. So I think this person has definitely had an adrenaline rush.
Well, perhaps we need to let her go home. The show is nearly over. Perhaps she needs something to eat. Who knows? Come on in. We've got one more for you. Oh, he's lost his hat. Can you find it? You probably can't see anything. There he is. And it is a he. Yeah. Hey, how about that?
Well, this could be more about picking a role that you don't normally have, OK? So nurses don't normally dress up as nurses for Halloween. No one dresses up as an accountant. So maybe if we have a rather dull kind of life, perhaps we enjoy playing the part of someone really quite nasty or someone very powerful in a way we don't get any chance to.
Can I ask him to reveal himself? Because he's such a beautiful boy, and I just want him to take that off. Just no, he can't get it off. Squeeze your nose. There he is. Henry Huller, revealed in all his glories. I don't think you have a boring life, Henry, do you? You'll have to shout across at me.
I'd like to think I don't.
Right.
Maybe I do.
If you didn't hear him, viewers, he likes to think he doesn't have too boring a life, but he's worried about the possibility that perhaps he does.
We also note that he's actually quite young, OK?
Yes.
It's the younger people who tend to dress up at Halloween.
So what are you dressing up? Not as tonight, because
I am dressed
you've
up.
come as you are. What's your costume of choice, as it were?
Well, I guess my costume of choice would include both the elements of sex and death.
Right.
So, and I'm going to leave it there as far as it goes.
And you're certainly not going to ask me. I mean, this is a remarkable sort of event, isn't it? I mean, we remember when we were kids, and there's that kind of, as you've suggested, that kind of childlike nature that comes up and out of us. And kids still trick and treating. I always wonder whether it's safe these days, but I mean, I guess, well, as long as they're with their parents, it's all right.
Well, it's sort of licensed transgression, isn't it? You know, you're allowed to go and knock at strangers' doors. The rest of the year, you don't talk to strangers. You're allowed to accept sweets from strangers, but only on one night of the year. The rest of the time, it's dangerous.
We've got a couple more minutes, but just want our viewers to know we want to know what you're dressing up as for Halloween. Do send us your photos. You've got about 2.5 minutes to bang out a a headline for us and a shot for us, a photo. Facebook.com/CNN Connect. You can tweet me at Becky CNN, your thoughts, please, as ever, on anything that, of course, we're covering here at Becky CNN. What was the best Halloween party that you've ever been to?
Oh, the best Halloween party I've ever been to was actually when my own children were small, because then you can enjoy it vicariously. You watch kids scaring other kids and know that you don't really have to do too much yourself. So, yeah.
I think mine was when everybody dressed up as Father Christmases, which completely destroyed it. It was one of those, really? I noticed today that some people are dressed up in just very, very thin cellophane, and when somebody said, and they sort of crayoned on them, and they said, well, what have you come on? And they said crayons. It was like, no, you've just come as an excuse to take your clothes off, basically. You may not celebrate Halloween in your part of the world, but chances are there's some holiday coming up that you are looking forward to. And I just want to remind our viewers, join CNN to document the events that bring us all together from New Year's Eve to Diwali. We want to see how you mark special occasions in your part of the world. Check out an amazing gallery of images and find out how to upload your own at cnn.com/celebrate. Before we go then, just some advice to those who may be getting ready to go out tonight. What shouldn't they wear?
Well, it depends how late you're out, I think. Not too short a skirt after midnight would probably be the maternal advice. From a Freudian point of view, hey, it's licensed transgression for one night only. Enjoy it. Use it as a sort of a vent for all those destructive impulses the rest of the year that you keep well under wraps.
You heard it here first, viewers. For one night only, licensed transgression. And do not blame us if it all goes horribly wrong. Thank you very much indeed. In tonight's parting shot, it might not be a real haunted house, but the White House got into the Halloween spirit along with the rest of the country. Pumpkins, spider webs and hay barrels line the entrance and the lawns. Fog machines will be fired up later on, we are told. The President and Mrs. Obama have invited local trick-or-treaters as well as children of military families to celebrate. We'll have to wait and see what costumes they are donning this year. And if they've been watching this show, they will know that they are licensed to transgress tonight, but probably should be fairly sensible about what they wear. Thank you very much indeed, Laura, for joining us tonight. From the team here at Connect the World, it is a very good evening. If you're going out, enjoy it. I'm Becky Anderson. That was Connect the World. Thank you for watching.